Some people don't stab you in the back. They smile first. The most dangerous people in your life rarely look dangerous. They compliment you, they support you, they laugh with you. But somehow, every time you're around them, you leave feeling smaller, more confused, or strangely guilty. And the scary part? Most people never realize they're surrounded by fake kindness until it's too late. By the end of this, you might recognize someone you've trusted for years. The first sign is so subtle that almost everyone misses it. They only seem kind when other people are watching. Picture this, you're with them in a group. They're warm, generous, and full of compliments. They make you feel special. But the moment everyone leaves, the warmth disappears. Their tone changes, their patience vanishes. Real kindness doesn't need an audience. Fake kindness performs for one. And once you notice this pattern, it's impossible to unsee. Now here's where it gets even more manipulative. And they remember your weaknesses better than your strengths. When you're struggling, they know exactly what to say. It feels comforting at first, but weeks later, they casually bring up your insecurities during a joke, an argument, or a conversation with someone else. They weren't listening to understand you. They were collecting information. Psychologists sometimes call this emotional ammunition. And it's one of the easiest ways manipulators keep control without looking like villains. But there's another sign that's even more confusing. They celebrate your success, just not too much. When something good happens to you, they smile, they say, "I'm happy for you." Yet something feels off. The excitement isn't real. Instead of asking about your achievement, they quickly change the subject, compare themselves, or mention someone who's doing even better. It's a tiny emotional withdrawal, not enough for you to accuse them, just enough to make your moment feel smaller. And that's exactly the point. But fake kindness isn't always quiet. Sometimes it hides inside endless favors. Have you ever met someone who constantly helps you, then somehow reminds you of it every chance they get? I was there for you. I sacrificed so much. I guess people just don't appreciate me. That's not generosity. That's a transaction disguised as kindness. Real kindness gives, fake kindness keeps receipts. Now let's talk about something that almost feels impossible to explain. You feel exhausted after spending time with them. Nothing dramatic happened, no argument, no insults. Yet you walk away mentally drained. Why? Because your brain has been working overtime trying to decode mixed signals. Were they being genuine? Was that compliment real? Was that joke actually an insult? This emotional confusion is called cognitive dissonance. Your instincts notice the contradiction before your mind does. Never ignore that feeling. Speaking of confusion, here's one of the smartest tricks fake nice people use. They apologize without taking responsibility. "I'm sorry you felt that way. I didn't mean it like that." You're just overthinking. Notice what's missing. They never actually admit what they did. The apology exists only to end the conversation, not to repair the damage. And because they sound polite, you start questioning yourself instead. That's exactly where they want you. But here's a sign that hurts the most. They secretly compete with you. Every story becomes their story. Every achievement becomes their comparison. If you say you're tired, they're more exhausted. If you buy something exciting, they've already bought something better. It's not conversation, it's silent competition. And people pretending to be nice often can't stand seeing someone else shine. Now here's a sign almost nobody notices until years later. They gossip with you, which means they'll probably gossip about you. At first, it feels like trust. They tell you everyone's secrets. You think you've become part of their inner circle. But ask yourself one question. If they betray everyone else's confidence, why would yours be different? Eventually, every listener becomes the next story. And finally, the biggest sign of all. You keep making excuses for their behavior. They didn't mean it. They're just stressed. That's just how they are. Notice what keeps happening. You're working harder to protect their image than they are. Healthy relationships don't require constant emotional detective work. They feel safe, consistent, peaceful. Here's the truth. Fake kindness isn't dangerous because it's loud. It's dangerous because it feels almost real. That's why people stay. That's why they doubt themselves. And that's why recognizing these signs can completely change the people you allow into your life. The goal isn't to become suspicious of everyone. It's to stop confusing politeness with genuine care. Real kindness stays the same when no one's watching. It celebrates your growth without feeling threatened. It protects your trust instead of using it. And most importantly, it leaves you feeling lighter, not emotionally exhausted. So ask yourself, which of these signs have you experienced? Share your thoughts in the comments. Someone else might finally recognize a pattern they couldn't put into words. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden psychology behind human behavior, subscribe, because sometimes understanding people is the first step toward protecting your peace.